The surface area of the Earth is enormous, and to really understand something this big, we need to compare it to the American football field. So in this video, we're going to compute the number of football fields it would take to cover the entire surface of the Earth. Now, before we begin, I want to note that the dimensions of a football field are 120 yards long by 53.3 yards wide, and the extra length there is because we're including both end zones. So we have a little table of conversions on the left here. The dimensions of the field, that's 120 yards by 53.3 yards, the average radius of the Earth at 3,959 miles, and a conversion between yards and miles, so 1 mile is 1,760 yards. And the basic strategy is that we're going to compute the surface area of the Earth in square miles, and then we'll get the area of a football field in square miles, and finally we'll divide the area of the Earth by the area of the football field. So we start with a formula from geometry. The surface area of a sphere is 4 pi times the radius squared. So all we have to do is plug the radius of the Earth into this. So we have 4 pi times 3,959 miles all squared. And when we run the numbers on this, just keeping a lot of extra precision for now, we end up with 1.9696 times 10 to the 8th square miles. Note that squaring the 3,959 miles produces those units of square miles automatically. So next we want to look at the area of the football field and convert that to square miles. So we multiply the length and width of the field, 120 yards times 53.3 yards. And this produces units of square yards. So we get an area of 6,396 square yards. Now to convert this to square miles, we have to be really careful. This actually requires squaring the conversion factor because we need to cancel 2 factors of yards. So we square the factor of 1 mile over 1,760 yards. And our yards squared are going to cancel, and this leaves us with units of miles squared, or square miles. So there's the area of our football field in square miles. Again, keeping 5 significant digits of precision just for the moment. And we get 0.0020648 square miles. Finally, we want to get the number of football fields it would take to cover the entire surface of the Earth. So that's just the number of square miles on the surface of the Earth divided by the number of square miles in a football field. And notice the units just completely cancel out here, just leaving us with a number of football fields. And we round this off to 3 significant digits as 9.54 times 10 to the 10th football fields. So that's over 95 billion football fields to cover the surface of the Earth, and we can finally appreciate how big our planet really is. This video is part of a short series focused on comparing big things and small things to American football fields. If you're interested in comparing something else to a football field, I'll post a link to another video on the left side of the screen, and I'll see you there.